I've been going over a set of encyclopedias up there and jotting down some notes. I've uncovered some very revealing items. Men talked about who never existed. Men who existed and not even mentioned. There are some pretty basic historical facts that simply don't jibe. The things I remember are not delusions. They're the legitimate recollections of things as I remember them. Some way, this world seems to have turned upside down for me. Well, not in every way, you understand. By and large, the people are the same. The names, the streets. It's as if there were another world parallel to mine. As if this world were almost a twin, except for some minor differences that happen somewhere along the line of evolution.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for joining me today on the Moneybag 73 channel for voting video number 363 in the Incredible Mandela Effect voting video series. All right, this I'm dubbing the biggest Mandela Effect of 2020. I've been waiting quite a while to have something that really blew my socks off, and here we have it. So I'd like to give a big shout out to Maybe It's Mandela. I saw this video this morning. She's talking about this famous line that would be uttered, some people say, at the beginning of all 156 episodes of The Twilight Zone between 1959 and 1964. However, apparently it was never said. So this is totally mind-blowing. I want you to thumb this video up if you ever recall Rod Serling, who I remember as Rod Sterling, but that's another video that I think I already did. Not sure, but I think I did it. I've done so many now. We're on number 363. But if you remember Rod Sterling starting out The Twilight Zone by saying, "Imagine if you will," then go ahead and thumb this video up. If it's always been anything but that, then thumb the video down. So I have to tell you that there was more residue for this than a lot of videos that I've made in the last few years. I mean, I just really had to pick and choose what I wanted to put in here. This was totally crazy. So we're going to start here with this site called knowyourmeme.com. So imagine if you will is a memorable phrase uttered by Twilight Zone host and creator Rod Serling in a variety of episodes, according to this here. Well, of course, in natural ME fashion, as you would have it, that's not the case. And so here's a profitability thinking. We come down here. John Bowman claims that imagine if you will, that was the famous beginning of the first sentence that Rod Serling used in every episode of the classic television series, The Twilight Zone. Well, John, sorry to burst your bubble, but apparently Rod never said that. We're all confabulating that. Come on, everyone. Thumb this up if you recall. Imagine if you will. So here, for the people who want to try and debunk this, here's 156 episodes, opening narrations right here on this angelfire.com. I can link this down below. It's got the beginning narration of all 156. It's on 2 pages here. Now, I want to point out that I did find one introduction where it says, witness if you will. There's no picture if you will. There's no imagine if you will. There's just this witness if you will. 1 out of 156 episodes. So maybe someone wanting to debunk this as an actual change to reality or a change within us, a shift within how we're deciphering reality, how we're downloading frequencies and how we're displaying reality individually. You know, we're all in our own little reality bubble. And someone may claim that we all saw that one episode and we just confabulated, or we filled in the blanks, or we changed the witness for imagine or picture. Or we're misremembering, simply, just simply misremembering. Now, these people who think that all 156 episodes started with imagine if you will, I don't know what they're doing. They're just way out there. According to people who don't think the Mandela Effect's a real thing, those people are just way... I mean, this is insane, everybody. This is so huge. Listen to this, man.
Imagine if you will. You wake up in the middle of the night and see me standing in the bedroom saying, imagine if you would.
I mean, that's pretty funny. Okay, so here we have the dimension of imagination. The paraphrase Rod Serling opening an episode of the classic Twilight Zone, imagine if you will. Newspapers.com has like 400 or 500 newspapers with, at the opening of each Twilight Zone episode, creator Rod Serling would state, imagine if you will, that blah, blah, blah. I mean, some people think he said that at the beginning of every single episode out of 156. Imagine if you will, a young scriptwriter, fresh out of Antioch College. Borrowing from Rod Serling with a T like I remember, imagine if you will, 4 members of the West Texas Patriot Militia. So this is great because this has his name spelled like how I always knew it. Another Mandela effect. Imagine if you will, an average television studio. I mean, it's an iconic phrase that's connected with Rod Serling as much as Lucy, you got some explaining to do, is connected with Desi Arnaz, who is apparently Desi Arnaz, but I remember him as Desi Arnaz. I mean, this is just insane. The Mandela effect is so incredible, and I've been waiting for a huge Mandela effect to pop up. Thank you, maybe it's Mandela. I really needed this. I just haven't been inspired to do the research on anything. Nothing has been as mind-blowing as this. This, to me, is the Emmy of 2020. This is it. We have it right here. This is an incredible Mandela effect. This is 130 matches here, newspapers, but I found, if you search Twilight Zone, imagine if you will, I think there's like 400 maybe. There's tons of examples. There's so much reality residue. I had to pick and choose what I was going to put in here. So before I show you some books here, I wanted to say that September 5th, Saturday, I'll be doing Mandela Monthly, my 12th show with AJ from the Rippin' Rabbit Hole live show. And we'll be interviewing someone I met early on in my journey who tried to debunk the Mandela effect. And honestly, I felt hadn't really looked into it enough like all these other people. And I did a video criticizing him, but, you know, I wasn't rude calling him names or anything. I was just being critical of what he was saying, and we ended up being on a panel together and kind of became friends online. So I'll be having him on. He's the author of several books, professional speaker, and I'm really excited to have him on the show. So you can look for that, 7 p.m. Pacific, Saturday night, September 5th. It'll be broadcasted on my channel and AJ's Rippin' Rabbit Hole live show YouTube channel. So let's look at some books here real quick. Rod Serling's voice comes in. Now imagine, if you will, 13 stories. I mean, this stuff is so prolific. It's just everywhere. It's all over the place. He gave us his best imitation of Rod Serling. Imagine, if you will, Robert started making Twilight Zone music. Imagine, if you will, a yellow ball the size of a beach ball. I mean, it's just that phrase is so synonymous with him. But yet he's never said it. So please let me know if you find an episode, one of the 156 Twilight Zone episodes, where he starts off the narration with imagine, if you will, and this video's coming down. Don't want to muddy the waters. Never intended to misrepresent the ME. I have always tried to bring you the best information over almost 5 years now, the best reality residue. This is an incredible, real phenomenon. Timelines are crossing over. We're shifting, whatever. There's so many different theories, but this is a real, incredible phenomenon that's happening. People are going to have to deal with it because it's here and it's happening, and I don't know why everyone can't see it. Imagine, if you will, in all these books, the three of us did a Twilight Zone sketch where Norm had to play Rod Serling, the show's creator and MC, who began each episode with that distinctive voice. Imagine, if you will. I mean, he didn't begin any episode with that. What are these people talking about? Well, in another reality, he probably began every single episode with imagine, if you will. I wouldn't say that, but a whole bunch of them, just like I would claim that a whole bunch of times in Lost in Space, I would hear, danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Well, that happened once. We're all thinking of one episode. I mean, I would have said that happened in every single episode. Like, Lucy Got Splendid to Do was said in like half the episodes. This stuff is just crazy. At least there is one example of that happening. In one episode, we have Danger, Danger, Will Robinson. But imagine if you will. Let's go on to the second stage here. With apologies to the late Rod Serling, imagine if you will that you're alone in the bookstore. And why they're apologizing because they're using his famous quote that he never used. Catchphrase. Oh, I'm going to use my catchphrase because I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody. This is the Emmy of 2020. That's what I'm calling it. Go create the reality that you want. I'll catch up with everybody soon.